Hello, and get ready with me today. I'm going to be using the Sunset palette by LA Colors. LA Colors, my jam. They got me. Us broke girlies ain't got money for all this expensive makeup. But they do, we can afford these $3 palettes at any dollar store. You can get them at. And at Walmart too. So anyway, what are we going to do today on the Sunset color palette? I'm thinking some dark red and some shimmery yellow. That's what it is. So, what's the tea, y'all? I don't know. I'm out of the loop when it comes to that. So I got some of the very darkest shade of shimmery red. And I'm just placing these at the corner of my eyelid, my upper eyelid. Get that all covered nicely on both sides. So, silence, huh? Yeah, that's a thing. What do we want to talk about? How about the time that I let this crazy girl that I was in jail with stay at my apartment? Yeah, that was a lack of forethought. Second, I'm taking shimmery orange, putting it in the middle of my eyelid. So, this girl, right, in jail, the coolest chick I've ever met in my life. I mean, awesome. We had so many good times together in jail, just unheard of. I'm taking the lightest shimmery yellow and placing it right on the inner crook of my eye. Not quite sure yet what I'm going to do with this look. But yeah, she was so cool. We had so much fun in jail. And so I thought for sure, come on out, girlfriend. And so she did. And she is not in jail. You're forced to be sober. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to be sober. And so when she came to my house, I'm taking like a burnt umber and taking one of these tools and placing that in the inner corner of my eye. So she showed up at my house. She had a bird with her, like a really expensive African gray parrot. Why did she have a bird? Your guess is as good as mine, you guys. Anyway, so the bird and Lucky and Emily was her name. And Emily came to my apartment with her boyfriend. And this is just mentionable, they were both on meds for chlamydia because she was such a hoe that she ran out and got chlamydia somewhere. Do you know anybody who's ever had chlamydia? Because I really don't. I really, really don't. And so her and her boyfriend spent just downtime at my house. And so then I'll fast forward to the day she'd been getting drunk all day, every day. She would go to, I don't know if you guys know what Four Loko is, or its equivalent, some kind of, I can't remember what they call it, but something very close to Four Loko. It's cheap and it gets you drunk fast. And so she would go and scrape her pennies together to go get Four Lokos and then drink them in my garage and show up back at my apartment all none the wiser. It was obvious, but I'm sure she didn't think it was. So anyway, one day I was taking a nap in my recliner like an old lady, and I woke up to the sound of water hitting the floor, and I'm like, what the heck? And I looked over at her sitting on my chair. She was peeing. She pants down, peeing. And I'm like, Emily, stop, you're peeing. She's like, peeing. And I'm like, yes, you're peeing, get off my chair. And I'm like, this is not what I signed up for. You're drunk all the time, and you're so drunk, you're pissing on my furniture. So, anyway, it led to a debacle. Get out of my house. Get out of my house. That was me. I was yelling, get out of my house. And she wouldn't leave, and basically she ended up plopping her ass down on my couch, and I got so mad I threw a bottle at her. Ching! Hit her right in the head. And of course that shattered everywhere. It looked like, like I had beat the Christ out of her, but I didn't. I threw a bottle. She freaked out, ran downstairs. Her boyfriend's house was literally or the friend whose house her boyfriend was crashing at was only 2 blocks away. So she went running over there, and I assume she's the one who called the cops. Either that or the noisy debacle led to one of my neighbors calling the cops. But she left. Finally, I cut her out, and within not too long, minutes. Hold on. Anyway, she led to me getting a battery charge for throwing the bottle at her, and it also led to her leaving her bird at my house. Therefore, I told her to tell the truth and to drop the charges, and she had that on text, so she took that to the cops, and I got another charge called intimidating a witness. Like I said, because I told her to tell the truth, that I didn't beat the shit out of her, even though I should have. She ought to like to get dropped by me. She ought to like to. But what are you gonna do? So I had probation for 2 years, and I changed my life because of it. I was in a very bad state, and now I'm not. So anyway, I did mascara with the Beauty Intuition by Lash Extra. It's at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. It's the lash extending lash mascara. But anyway, I have lots of story time, so hit me up, text me in the comments, and we can do the thing, man. Can tell the stories and do the makeup or no makeup. I don't know, but I have to go do something now. I love you guys, whoever's watching. Oh, and shout out to LA Colors. They rule my world when it comes to makeup. I love them. Thank you.